To yet another video on the Adil Asmat cockpit. In today's video, we will continue interviewing Raheel Asmat, and we have got more interesting questions. And I'm going to put forward another important question regarding the composition of the space and the concept that vacuum is devoid of everything. I would like to put a question on that. Thank you so much, Raheel. But we've got other questions as well. Now, one of the very interesting questions that keeps on popping in my mind is what kind or what is the composition of space? We normally call space as vacuum, but we all know that we fail to define what is inside that vacuum, what it actually is the vacuum. I believe I have found an answer, and the answer is that first of all we need to categorize which space we are talking about. It is like interplanetary space, interstellar space, or intergalactic space. Now, I believe that all that so-called vacuum that we talk about in space, deep space, is not really vacuum. It is all photonic in nature. I'm going to prove it to you. Come over here. Follow me, please. Now, look over here. Just consider that this is an X star, which is, let's say, 500 light years away from us. This is the planet Earth. Here we are the observers. Hypothetically, I am going to put different planets in different perspectives from this star. Alright? So there are countless Earths everywhere. Right now, this is just 2D picture of it, but think of it as Earths surrounding from all sides this star X 500 light years away. Now, the problem is, if this is the Earth that we are talking about right now, I'm standing over here and I can see this star, it means that wherever I stand, there is a connection of photons between me and the star. It means that there are photons over here making a line, and photons are packets of energy and information as well. Now, if I'm standing on the other side, I can see the same star. I'm standing here, I can see the same star. So there is a continuous, I call it continuous chain of photons. Wherever I stand, I can see that star clearly 500 light years away. The star that is 500 light years away. Now, same is going to be the case if there is a hypothetical Earth or another planet somewhere else. That person, alien, would be looking at the same star 500 or 600 light years away. And if you make a 3D picture of it, you will find out that there has to be a continuous chain of photons to be present so that you can look at that object. And over here, the object is that star. Just 500 light years away, there can be millions and billions of light years. For the sake of discussion, I've just picked one star. This means that wherever you stand, wherever there has to be a chain of photons extending like this. If we make a 3D image of it, no part of the space, whether it is interplanetary, intergalactic, interstellar, no part of that is devoid of photons. I believe that the vacuum that we talk about, the empty space that we talk about, they are all photons. Photons which I believe account for 99.9% of the universe. Atoms account for less than 0.01% of the universe. Where I want your help. I believe that it is photonic in nature, the vacuum that we talk about. I don't believe it's vacuum. Vacuum is quite an oversimplified word for space itself. So the space, the dark matter, the empty space, you call it whatever you want, but I believe that it is filled with photons. Now, one of of the important aspect of my question is, if for example we take this hypothesis as right, that perhaps photons is what is all around us, then how can the number of atoms needed to emit the photons, because photons do not emerge out of nothing. It is the atoms out of which the photons would come, rather than the atoms coming out of the photons. So how can 0.00001% of something generate photons that account for 99.9999% of the universe? So I want your help in that, in understanding this thing, and if you would believe that whatever question that I put forward is a valid one, what are your thoughts on that? I would like to know.